Do you want to learn how to stream on Twitch using your Xbox, but you don't want to stream directly from your Xbox? You want to actually connect it to your computer, but you don't have a capture card? Well, lucky for you, I'll show you how to connect your Xbox to your Windows computer or laptop without a capture card. So that way you can use alerts, overlays, chat, and all that fun stuff for your stream without the need of a capture card. So if that sounds good, drop a quick like on the video and let's get started. So the first thing that we want to do is navigate over to our settings. So I'm going to go to the top and then go all the way to the right where it says settings. I'm going to hit A to go to the settings. Now don't freak out if your settings look a little bit different than mine. It should be pretty much the same process. So if you have to go to a different setting to find whichever setting that I'm turning on or off, that's okay. Also, you can keep an eye on the pinned comment down below in case anything changes or there's anything you should be aware. But once we're under the settings, the first option that we're going to go to, I'm going to find it under my Xbox under the device and connections. And it's going to be the remote features. Now on your Xbox, it might be located somewhere else, but just find something where it says remote. So I'm going to click on remote features. Then I'll make sure that that box is checked where it says enable remote features. And that will allow us to connect our Xbox to our Windows computer or laptop. So once we've enabled that feature, we're going to go to the right where it says power options and click on power options. And now we have to make sure that instead of it being on the shutdown energy saving, it needs to be on the sleep setting. Those are the two settings that need to be enabled on your Xbox in order to do this. So once you have the sleep setting active and you have the enable remote features enabled, then we're ready to head over to our computer. The next thing that we'll need to do is make sure that whatever Windows computer or laptop you're on is using the same wireless internet, so the Wi-Fi or router, as your Xbox that you want to connect to. So my Windows laptop is connected to the same Wi-Fi and router that my Xbox is, so we're good to go. So now what we'll do is go to the Xbox app, which if you're using a Windows laptop or computer, chances are it came pre-installed. So all you have to do is go to the search bar in the bottom left, just type in Xbox and you'll see the Xbox app. The old method used an Xbox companion app, but that is no longer necessary. We're using the Xbox app now. And if you do not have the Xbox app, you can download it from the Microsoft Store. And if you don't know how to do that, you can just type in Microsoft Store, which is right here. You'll click on Microsoft Store. It'll open the store. You'll simply go to the top and then type in Xbox. And you'll find the Xbox app right here, which you can click on, and then you can go and install. Otherwise, if you already have the Xbox app like me, you can simply just hit open. And if you didn't already have that, well, now you have the Xbox app and you can click open here. So once you're in the Xbox app, you're gonna want to make sure that you log in to the same Xbox or Microsoft account that you're logged in on your Xbox. So I'm logged into my Codes to X account on my Xbox, and I'm logged in on the Xbox app here. If you're not logged in at all, go ahead and connect that same Microsoft account to the Xbox app that you're using on your Xbox currently. And once you've connected the account, then you'll go to the top left corner where it has your little profile. We'll click on your little profile name and then go to view profile. So click on view profile. It'll bring us to our Xbox profile. I know, right? Pretty crazy stuff. But from here, this is where the magic happens. You'll see all of your games and stuff. But if we divert our eyes over here to recently played, right below it, it has where I play. Now I've already done this before, so I'll just go ahead and click these little dots and then hit remove console. Yes, remove. And that'll bring me to the same thing that you're looking at. And once again, if you do not see this, just keep an eye on the pinned comment down below. They make changes every so often, so don't freak out. But you should see where I play, and then you'll see add a console. So obviously we want to play on our Xbox, so we're gonna click add a console right here. So I'm gonna click that button. It's gonna say, let's get started. And then we're gonna hit next. Now it's gonna say, turn on your console and sign in with the account, which I've already done. Now it says select enable on your console screen. So go over to the TV that you're playing your Xbox on right now, and there's gonna be a little prompt that shows up. So mine's in the other room. I'll show you the footage on my phone. So now that I'm over at my TV, I'm gonna hit enable, and then I'm gonna hit test remote play. So that way it'll start testing all of our setup. Now you may have already done this earlier, but that's okay. Hey, that's me in the background waving. You can see me in the reflection. Nice. But yeah, you may have done this earlier, but basically it'll just tell you different things that you should be aware of. So right now it's telling me that I'm on a wireless connection for the Xbox, and it would highly recommend to use a wired connection like an Ethernet cord. So basically just do what it suggests and you'll be a lot better hands than you were before. But overall it said we were good, so let's head back to the computer. Then we can come back to our computer here. It's gonna ask us to name our console, which it doesn't really matter too much, so you can name it whatever you want. and then we can hit save. Once we've hit save, we can now see that our Xbox console is on because it's running on my TV in my other room, or it's right next to you. I don't know your setup. Yours is probably a lot more convenient than mine is. So once you have everything connected and everything's looking cool, we're gonna click those little 3 dots next to the console. So we'll click that button, and then we're gonna choose to remote play. So as soon as I hit this button, it's gonna bring our Xbox onto our computer screen. So I'm gonna hit remote play, and it's gonna bring up this little animation, which is a little loading screen to get everything situated. And drumroll please, boom, there we go. Now we have started remote playing our Xbox onto our Windows computer or laptop. Now, if you have your Xbox or TV in the same room as you, then you don't have to worry about this part. But since I have my Xbox in another room, I have to use my Xbox controller and connect it to my Windows laptop or computer. So you can either do that with Bluetooth if you have like an Xbox Series S controller, but if you have an OG Xbox One controller, you can't use the Bluetooth feature. It's kind of dumb, I know. So I bought a new one. I'll leave a link in the description down below with the one that I bought. And then I just connect it to my Windows laptop, which I'm using, or computer. And now you can see my second Xbox controller that's connected to my computer. I'm making the movements and it's playing on here. I wouldn't really recommend it too much because there is a little bit of latency. So depending on whatever game, that might be a problem for you if you're doing some FPSs. So I'd recommend playing directly on your TV and the Xbox if you can. So now that we have our Xbox footage being remotely played on our Windows computer or laptop, well, how do we start streaming it to Twitch? That's right, you guessed it. We're gonna use what's called a streaming software. For this video, I'll be using OBS Studio. And if you've never heard of OBS Studio before, this might seem a little overwhelming, but don't freak out. I have an entire master video in the top right corner that you can watch, and it'll hold your hand every step of the way for every question you might have. So if you've never used OBS before, I recommend watching that video after this video, but I'll keep everything really simple and straightforward just to get you guys started. So I'm using a brand new version of OBS Studio. So if you haven't already gotten it and you opened it for the first time, this is what it looks like. I also have a link in the description down below where you can download OBS Studio. It's 100% free, so don't worry. But in order to get our game capture inside OBS Studio, what we're going to do is go to the sources option down here. We're going to click the plus button, and we have 2 different options. The first option is going to be using a display capture, which once I add this display capture, it will capture anything on my monitor that I choose. Obviously, I have 3 monitors I'm using right now, which might not be so obvious to you, but it is to me because they're right in front of my freaking face. So I'm going to have to pick which monitor I want to record from. So I'm going to choose display capture, and I'm going to hit OK. Right now, it's capturing my second monitor, but I actually want it to capture my first monitor because that's where we're going to be playing the Xbox Remote Play footage on. So I'm going to click on display, and then I'm going to click on this monitor since I know this is my primary. I can't talk because I know that this is my primary monitor. So obviously you can see this. We have OBS Studio here. Hit OK, and this is what I'd like to describe as hell because it's capturing my capture, my capture, my capture, my capture. But as soon as I bring up the Xbox Remote Play here, so I'm going to hit Alt and then hit Tab. So hold Alt and hit Tab, bring up the Xbox Remote Play. Now, inside OBS, you can't see it because I'm using this as one screen, but inside OBS, it's now capturing this entire screen here, aka our Xbox footage. Now, this is where I highly recommend having a second monitor because this way you'll have your Xbox footage here and you'll be able to have OBS Studio open on your second monitor so you can actually see what the heck is going on. Now, if you're balling on a budget and you can't afford a second monitor, I have a video in the top right corner showing exactly how I got one for $3.76. So you can watch that video if you're really going on a heavy budget, or if you just want to get this running just on one monitor for now because you just want to get this done today, then this is how you'll be playing. Unfortunately, you just won't be able to see OBS Studio, which is a pain in the butt, which is why I recommend you get a second monitor. So right now, I'm going to hold Alt and hit Tab to bring us back to OBS Studio. And if for whatever reason the display capture option is not working for you, we can go and hit the delete key once that's highlighted and remove it by pressing yes. And we can add a new source and add a window capture. Except before we do this part, we actually need to go back to Xbox. So go back to this Xbox app, and then you'll go to the top left, or at least that's where it is for me with my mouse. And then we'll click these 3 dots, and then we're gonna hit toggle full screen to turn it into a window. Then you can see it peeking out at the very bottom here. So I'm just gonna quickly click there, and that'll bring us back to here. I'm gonna add a new window capture by hitting OK. And then you can see it's automatically chosen the Xbox window, but if it didn't, you can click the window and then find it there. And then you'll just hit OK. and we got it right here. Except you can see this little gap at the bottom now. So if you want to fix that, you can simply right-click the window capture source here, and then go to transform, and then hit stretch to screen. Obviously, that's going to make a little bit of a stretch, but it's so minor that it's not that big of a deal. So if you want, you can also add it that way if the display capture is not working. Now, obviously, we still need to be inside the Xbox Remote Play in order for it to like capture and work. So we need to go back to hit Alt and hit Tab, go back to Xbox, and then we can just click over here to make it go back with that little arrow. And now we have our Xbox footage here, which is being recorded inside OBS Studio. Well, not actually recorded yet, but because we haven't actually recorded or started streaming yet, but it's the footage is going through OBS. That's all you need to know. And it'd be a lot more obvious if you had a second monitor, because that way you just have it on the second screen and you'd see the actual capture being captured. So just to show you what it would look like, I'm actually going to move the Xbox capture to my second monitor. And then, oh God, look at that. Oh no, it's freaking out because you don't want to do that. Panic, panic. That's not good. So if that happens to you, we're going to remedy this by actually going to the top left, hit disconnect, and we're actually going to want to drag our Xbox app to our second monitor. And then you're going to want to do the remote play, but make sure that your Xbox app window is on the monitor that you want to actually play on. So let me drag this to the second monitor, and then I'm going to do remote play. So remote play, that way it's going to play on the monitor I want to use. So right now, this is pretending I have two monitors, which I do. So I have my Xbox Remote Play on my second monitor right now, and then I have my OBS on my other monitor. So this is what it would look like. Obviously, you can see OBS Studio and everything great, and then you have your Remote Play on the second monitor. Because having a second monitor just makes your life so much easier. And if you don't have one, then you're living in the Stone Age, so just go ahead and get yourself a second monitor. However, you can still make it work with one. It's just a huge pain in the butt. So once we have our capture here, I'm going to show you very, very quickly on other stuff if you're just curious. But what you'll need to do if you want to add your webcam is click the plus button and then go to video capture device, add a new one. You can call it webcam if you want. You'll add your webcam from this little list here. I'm going to use my crappy integrated webcam there, hit OK. You can drag the corners to add it wherever you want on the screen. Now, obviously, the webcam is plugged into the computer because this is where you're going to want to talk and do everything. And if you haven't watched that video that I posted earlier on how to use OBS Studio, you can quickly just go to the tools at the top, then go to Auto Configuration Wizard, run through that. It's going to give you all of the recommended settings for your internet speed and your computer hardware. So you can just run that real quick. It'll add everything. Then you can go to the settings in the bottom right corner and then go to the audio tab. And then you can add your desktop audio. So whatever your desktop audio is coming out of, like your speakers, then you choose that. I'm going to choose default for this purpose of the video. And then my microphone, I'm going to choose from the list. So I'm using this microphone into the computer, and then I'm going to hit apply and OK. Now you can see I have my audio here. I know I'm going fast, which is why you should watch that video in the top right corner. It's everything super slow step by step, but I know people are going to yell at me in the comments if I don't do something quick just for this video purposes. So now we got our microphone popping up here. We'll have our game audio when we start playing the game. We got our webcam up here. We got our gameplay. However, you see that the gameplay is not going because obviously we need to click and be in the actual screen. So after you're done like setting up your stream and you've started stream, then you'll go and click there and then you're good to go. But in order to actually start the stream, we'll go back to the settings in the bottom right, and then we'll go to stream, and then we will go to service is Twitch. You'll connect your Twitch account here, and then you'll just log into your Twitch account, and then your Twitch account will be connected. And then if you have any issues with like frame drops and stuff, you'll do all that stuff in the output settings. Once again, watch that video I posted earlier. I'll also leave it in the description below in case you don't remember the timestamp. So I'll hit cancel. And then we'll hit start streaming. And once we hit start streaming, it will start streaming everything you see right here to Twitch. So that way you'll be able to stream your Xbox footage to your computer without the need of a capture card using your Windows computer or laptop. Now, if you want to learn how to add chat, if you want to add overlays, if you want to add alerts, if you want to add all that fun stuff, or even just know how the heck to use OBS Studio, watch this playlist to the side of me. It's going to hold your hand every step of the way and answer every question you have. So start that playlist. My name's Cody, and I'll see you in the next one.